Hello there, and welcome to A Cup of Tea with an Englishman in San Diego with myself, Leonard Sultana. It's a pleasure to have you here this Sunday. It is the 22nd of June with 31 days to go to San Diego Comic-Con 2013. Unfortunately, this week has been a little bit of a perfect storm, and it had to happen at some point. So it's been one of those where it has just happened in one go. Basically, we had three special guests that were going to be joining us this week, and all three of them, unfortunately, have been proven unable to join us. It's just been one of those occasions where, unfortunately, things have just kind of fallen through the cracks, as it were. We do have actually one of the special guests who is here virtually. We are trying to get her actually into the Hangout, but unfortunately we haven't had time to do a technical setup. So unfortunately, Jennifer Muzquiz from Zombie Walk San Diego unfortunately can't join us. I am trying to get in contact with her via her Twitter, and hopefully we can get her in the Hangout. But unfortunately, as for today, our special guest unfortunately can't make it. We are going to try and shift those to a future show, and we do have some very exciting special guests happening, certainly in the next couple of weeks, so do keep your eye open on our wall on An Englishman in San Diego. I will do my best to let everyone know about the future Hangouts as we get closer to Comic-Con. Also, as it happens, this week has been particularly quiet when it comes to news. There has been one or two announcements when it comes to Matty Collectors, which we will cover very shortly indeed. But this is going to be a short one. It's going to be a rather constricted show this week. Instead of the hour and a half of me talking endlessly while people are in the bottom corner just kind of waiting for me to shut up, this is actually going to be a show where you guys get the chance to contact and talk to us. This is going to be an all questions answered about San Diego Comic-Con. What you're doing to prepare for the con right at this point, with 4.5 weeks to go. Basically, what we would like you to do is please go to the Google Plus event page, click on the Q&A button in the top corner of the video, and do ask us any questions. Please, if there's anything that you'd like to ask us, and what we would try to do to give you any advice and anything that you would like to talk about when it comes to Comic-Con. Like I say, this is going to be a 20 minutes, half an hour show, I suspect, where hopefully you will contribute. Please sign in, let us know that you're watching, and of course, if there's any questions or anything that you would like to talk about, do jump in on the Q&A. Also, if you would like to tweet us at SDCC, that's CUPOTEA-SDCC. We'll keep an eye on that Twitter as well. If there's anything, if you're watching on YouTube, if you want to join in, by all means, if there's any questions, please let us know if there's anything you'd like to talk about. We do have some special guests, as it happens. We have ourselves Kimberly from the Nerd Element. Hello, Kimberly. Now, Kimberly, I've been trying to get on this Hangout, and we've had technical issues with getting her in the Hangout for about 3 to 4 weeks now. So we finally get her in the Hangout, and typically we've kind of like had to go for a shorter show. How are you doing, Kimberly?
I'm doing okay. I'm glad I finally got in, and I will be part of other ones. So yay!
We really do hope so. I mean, I'm also trying. We've got one or two people who have said, well, we're free, we're available if you want to invite us. So we've got one or two people who hopefully that will join us as well. So bear with me. I will try and I'm trying to multitask at this point. So bear with me. So what's been happening in the world of the Nerd Element this week, Kimberly?
You know what? We've got Natasha's down in Philly for Wizard World Philly, and I like the pictures I see coming out of there. So I'm really excited to see what she's got for us. I have reminders all over the place for the Maddie sale, so I'm just getting ready for that and making sure I have all my ducks in a row, and hopefully I can walk out of that Maddie sale with a couple of items if they're not sold out by all the subscribers. So that's what I'm looking forward to, and then we're just planning out what we need to do for Comic-Con. This is the first time we're going together as a group to cover it for the site. No, we're not going as press, but we're going to cover it. So
I think that's pretty much what I'm doing as well, because as I explained on the vlog which I posted this week, I've set the website up about 5-6 months ago, and I just felt cheeky to ask about a press badge, because I felt that would just be that's just a little bit too cheeky to kind of like try and go as press when the website's only been going for 6 months. But yes, I do cover or do follow Nerd Element. There's the Twitter account right there, the Nerd Element on Twitter. Kimberly and the whole host of the Nerd Element, because how many is going out from the site?
Oh, good grief! We've got like we keep growing. I think goodness too, but I mean, you know, it's 3 of us that are co-founders, and now we've got like 5 different bloggers so far. Probably going to be 6. So I don't know. I'm just excited that I don't have to do everything myself, and it's really good to have a team. So but we're going to have at least 6 people there at Comic-Con. So
excellent. Well, I mean, I'll be paying attention to your. I mean, what I'm also hoping as well. I mean, are you going to be doing any of the queuing up nonsense? The overnight line queues.
I will see you in Hall H line, Leonard. I'll be there with bells on.
Well, what this is one thing I have been trying to work out this week, is if I can technically organize a live hangout from all the phones from inside the lines, and kind of like just do an impromptu hangout where we can kind of talk about how we're not getting much sleep from in the lines.
Great.
I'm trying to get that. Just to prove that I can do it, I think I'm trying to get that organized. But anyway,
that's great.
Excellent. Hopefully, well, yeah, I'll see you in the lines, no doubt. Excellent. Okay, and then we have ourselves Alyssa. Hello from the friendsofcci.com forum. How are you?
Hi, Leonard.
What has been talked about on the forum this week?
We've been talking a lot about the New York Comic-Con ticket sales. They roll it out in waves. They put their VIP, which are 2 level of VIP passes, and their 4-day passes, which it kind of includes preview night, and then Thursday, Friday, which is Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, on sale all at. They did a pre-reg on Tuesday and general sale on Wednesday. In both of those cases, they put out 40% of the tickets on sale, of the VIP passes on sale on Tuesday. They were sold within a minute, and in the general sale, you had to get in within 30 seconds to be. And they did a full-on waiting queue, for which people weren't expecting, prompted a lot of people, a lot of dissatisfaction, kind of shades of CCI in 2011, with that same reaction to how come you aren't. The fans are saying to ReedPop, how come you aren't managing this better? And all sorts of dissatisfaction, which in reality ReedPop is going, there's just not that many tickets. And so I believe it's next Wednesday, the 22nd, they're going to be putting their 3-day passes, and I don't know if they're going to be doing their singles also, but they'll be putting those on sale, and there's going to be a lot more of them than there were quantity-wise for the VIP and 4-day passes. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not the regular attendees, which is the bulk of the people who buy the 3-day passes, whether or not they're going to get shut out of the New York Comic-Con, which hasn't happened. Historically, the 3-day passes have been available for weeks and weeks up until much closer to the show.
Sure.
So a lot of people are watching that, but their servers seem to hold up. That that's been on one side of the forum with the New York Con, and the other side is, as you said, the Maddie sale on Tuesday, which I think I was explaining. I was talking with somebody and who's not really a big Maddie fan, and I'm not a big Maddie fan by any stretch of the imagination either. But it seems like there's 3 pieces which have the risk of selling out. The 2 Monster High, the Monster High and the Circe. Is that how you say it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Kimberly, do you know how do you pronounce that? The other Maddie High?
I think that's right. You're talking about the Maddie High one or the Monster High one and the Ever After?
Yeah, exactly. And then there's the Star Wars one. Is there anything else that you thought was going to sell out quick?
Yeah, I just want that. I'm looking at that star. It's in a lightsaber. I have to get it.
I know, it's so cool. I want that. That's the one. That's the one that I want to take and put up on my, on my desk. I just pre-ordered the Godzilla from Diamond. There's a site where you can pre-order a bunch of stuff, and I got the Godzilla bank, which is for my spare change. So I'm like, woo. So that's.
Well, go on. Go on.
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I say, I am not the biggest collectors and collectibles guy, and I did want to try and get somebody on today who will be joining us hopefully next week, which is Kyle from the TF-Review, who knows his stuff, and hopefully we'll be getting him next week. But when it comes to Matty, the Monster High one is one that I'm interested in. If not for myself, then from my wife, because she has family members who are pestering her as soon as they found out about Comic-Con and that there's going to be these exclusives and the Monster High things. They've been they are the shorter members of the congregation. They've been tugging at her shirt and going, Caroline,
please.
At which point Caroline's going, okay, I usually just try and use preview night to just kind of settle in. You're actually wanting me to get elbows in with everybody else on this one. Oh. So yes, it's going to be interesting. Right, so let's cover one or two of the. It is mostly people who are clocking in. I would like to say thank you very much indeed to everyone who is watching live. Once again, we would like to apologise for the slightly truncated show today because it is going to be. All the special guests, unfortunately, were unable to join us this time. I have actually spoken to Jennifer from Zombie War San Diego. We weren't able to kind of do a technical test of the Hangout so she could join us. However, she has said next week she will definitely be joining us. In fact, it's rather awkward because I've got, like I say, some special guests lined up for next week. And all the special guests from this week can't make it, so they're coming next week. So next week we're just going to have special guest overload. It's going to be a very, very busy week, busy show next week. So do join us next Sunday. However, she has turned around and said that she would like to apologise for not coming along to the Hangout today. It's rather difficult for me to wake up this early, as I typically work until 4 a.m. on Saturdays. Understandable. It's fair enough. We'll take that as a good excuse, and hopefully we'll be speaking to Jennifer next week because, of course, Zombie Walk San Diego is the original zombie experience to take place in San Diego throughout Comic-Con. Obviously, there have been other events that are set up which have taken the lion's share of attention. Zombie Walk was there first. They're the ones that are in the documentaries. They're the ones that you see in the film about Comic-Con, the Fans Hope. So yes, we would like to speak to Jennifer at some point. Do follow her on Twitter as well. Ready, Steady, Stop. It's very, very good Twitter feed to follow. Right, one or two people are joining us on the Q&A. Thank you very much indeed. Once again, if there's any questions that you would like myself and Kimberly and Alyssa to answer, please do ask, and we'll see if we can do kind of any questions asked, any questions answered session for a very brief show today. Okay, people joining us. Janine Licaro. Hello, Janine. Apparently, she has noticed that I am wearing indeed an Upland T-shirt. I have family that live in Upland, and what I have done in previous years is gone to Upland for the week before Comic-Con, had a bit of a holiday or a vacation, and then come down to San Diego. So hence the T-shirt. She apparently lives about 20 minutes away from Upland. So yes, that's where the T-shirt comes from. So thank you very much indeed for spotting that. We've had Jim Watari. Hello, a good friend of ours, Jim, who has turned around and said Jesse Lynn, who's also on the Q&A. Joining in as well, and has put his if you have not seen this on Twitter, I want this to start spreading the word as well, because I know that we've had one or two hashtags make the rounds. Is it July yet? That's the hashtag, and I've seen it. A number of people have been tweeting it, and it's yes, is it July yet? And that's the shorthand for Comic-Con fans, absolutely. Although Jim has turned around and said, Jesse, is your hashtag going to change to is it July 10 yet for the release of the Thursday schedule?
I want it.
Well, yeah, I think that's what everyone's kind of really... That's the next big piece of news. I mean, I wasn't going to... no, it's going to be kind of following the Comic-Con announcement of what they're going to be doing when it comes to their news. There's an interview to come, and of course, if I actually...
T-shirts!
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, this is where I'm going to possibly completely screw this up one more time, because I did this last time, didn't I? Let's go to screen. I'm going to go to screen share, and I'm going to hit that, not that button, that button, and hopefully someone's going to have to pay attention. Is that is that showing up? Is that the one?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, wow. Close enough. The Jim Lee print.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was kind of expected that we were going to be having Batman as part of Batman 75. I pushed and I tweeted left, right, and centre for a Frank Miller cover, because obviously Frank did determine a lot of what Batman has been in the last decade and a half or so. But Jim, considering that this is it's been an age since he's penciled and inked a Batman piece of artwork, I think he's absolutely knocked that out of the park, and I cannot wait to see that on a T-shirt. That just looks amazing.
I'm also, I mean, last year what I really loved was the steampunk toucan. So I'm really curious to see what they come up with their logo for the this
absolutely.
year too. But between that and assuming that they're brilliant with the toucan, I'm going to be hard pressed to decide which of the two I get, because I'm only allowing myself one T-shirt because I don't wear T-shirts. So I found a hard time buying T-shirts if I don't actually wear them. Uh-oh, I'm doing something funny.
No, that was me. That was me. That was me again. You see? I told you.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of these. Vanishing down the hole.
There you go.
Is that kind of a day?
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. As I explained to David, who actually, after the Hangout finished, David Glanzer from CCI, he actually told me off, because I buy the T-shirts, yes, but I buy the T-shirts and keep them, and I don't wear them. I actually have them as souvenirs, and they're in the wardrobe. And he turned around and said, "No, they're made to be worn. What on earth are you doing?" So, yeah, okay. I think, well, let's put it this way. I didn't think they were going to top the Sandman T-shirt from last year, which I still think is one of the best pieces of artwork I've seen from Dave McKean. It's a gorgeous, and I still will not be able to bring myself to wear that as a T-shirt. That is just hanging in the wardrobe. It's stunning. But no, Jim Lee's done a cracking job on that, and yeah. Okay, indeed, Ian O'Hara's turned around and said, when the hell are they going to announce the SDCC shirts? I want to get my hands on some Batman stuff. Well, okay. If we follow the template that has been announced by CCI for their news updates and was done on their Talkin blog, and they have pretty much followed every single step of their agenda on that post, the next thing we should be seeing is the interview which they're holding with I've forgotten his name. His anime director, who's celebrating an anniversary this year, right? So it really went from the Spirit of Industry Awards, then the interview, and then the next item on that list is T-shirts. So if we spot a news update about the interview, which may be this week, and then I'll be paying a very close attention to Comic-Con's output, because that should be the next thing, the T-shirt. So hopefully in the next week or so. I mean, they did say it's going to be soon. Okay. Very quickly, let's go. We've got Janine, who's turned around and said, "Hey Alyssa, you and I are buying some of the same exclusives. We've both ordered the Supernatural and the Godzilla Bank. Both are for my son."
You gotta do it.
Is this where?
I was really debating.
Is this where
I was really
everyone's just
debating
going
on
to go for
these
the same
things.
ones? Oh, grief. Okay.
We did offhand and hidden in the member ID tabs, and I forget which tab it was in your member ID account of CCI. We did get a sort of a little announcement this week that they are going to continue with the plans to have a physical badge for pre-reg next year. They actually confirmed this. So if and people can double check this in their member ID account.
Yeah.
So although they had said that they were going to do it and they just skipped it this year, they've reaffirmed that. So I thought that was interesting that everybody make sure to keep your badge.
Sure. No, I mean, I think that's been the advice pretty much across the board, because we kind of covered that when we spoke to David about a month ago, and there was definitely something that was stated that the badge is going to be essential. So, yeah. Absolutely, as has been discussed on the forum, you're absolutely right.
Did they say why they canceled it last time? Was it because some of the printouts, there was like a number on the badge and some of the printouts didn't work, or because I didn't really get clarification? I kept my badges still. Yeah. I scanned those. I kept them. It's on the cloud.
I took pictures of it. Yeah, same here. They didn't say why they didn't do it. It was either the fact that they had included that number that was printed on the badge in all of the emails that we had gotten, or it had to have been the fact, so somebody, if they had the email, they could pre-register. Or it was the fact that they couldn't figure out how to get the data ported over correctly into the new system. I don't know, but they didn't say. Those are my two top guesses.
I did hear something along the lines of it was almost down to administration, that they kind of tried to do it, and they did try to implement it, but then they just couldn't get, certainly for the cost as well, because at the end of the day, Comic-Con is a non-profit organization, and they do have to keep that as a very major consideration. And I was reading something along that kind of line, that it was going to be a little bit awkward. I am going to have to step away from the keyboard for 5 seconds. So I don't know, Alyssa, if you want to continue the conversation. Let's see if there's anything that we can talk about very quickly. Bradley Goran has turned around and said, "Everyone wants the Star Wars one, me included." I'm not too sure exactly what he's talking about. It's going to be a free-for-all. Entertainment Earth, I think, is going to be insane this year with the Dragon Eggs and the Star Trek coasters.
Oh. Yeah, I'll go after some Star Trek coasters. And
those look good. But the thing, I don't know, and you can, I've never really been that interested in the Entertainment Earth stuff, because it always seemed as though that you could order it after the con, and what's the point? If it wasn't a con exclusive. I don't know. Have you bought any Entertainment?
Yeah, here's the thing. I have a plan. I set a plan in motion that I'm only going to buy certain things, and it goes out the window as soon as I'm around everything because I act very much like a kid in a candy store, and I'm trying to get that under control this time, um, because that would benefit me financially if I did. So I
Oh
don't.
yeah.
I've gotten stuff from there before. I'm looking at those Star Trek coasters. I don't know if I'm going to go that route because I might jump on the Funko wagon. I'm looking at these exclusives for Funko that just came out, and I looked at they're doing Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I heard that they were going to be doing Firefly ones, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they might finally actually get me.
Oh, yeah. I've resisted the Funko. I've resisted all of those. I was like so close to clicking the pre-order button for the Star Trek coasters last night.
Mhm.
You know when, but or that actually I saw some Batman and Flash paperweights, which were mini busts. They were about 5 or 6 inches tall. That were also is through the whole Diamond. It seemed like they were part of the whole Diamond distributor release that I was awfully tempted by. But yeah, I'm with you on the cost of exclusives, just the impulse buying of exclusives, and just getting it back. I mean, do you travel by plane?
No, you know what? I have driven because I live in Los Angeles, so I've driven most of the time, but this time I'm going to take a train because I have to pay like $150 to park at a hotel. I remember when parking at a hotel was free if you were staying there. That doesn't seem to happen anymore. Um, but so I was going to take the train, which will limit me on what I can carry back. So, oh, I don't
One of the
know.
things that I do, because I fly Southwest, is on the way down, if you can take 2 bags back with you on the way to San Diego, pack your smaller suitcase into your larger suitcase. So you'll have your entire large suitcase for exclusives.
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't know if you can do that on the train though.
I'm going to try.
So, oh, and I think we've completely lost Leonard.
Oh, did he just drop off? Poor
I think
Leonard. He's having a rough day. He's having a
so. Which
rough day.
one are you interested in? Any of the Hasbro exclusives?
Actually, that Jabba the Hutt one looks really nice. I've been staring at it for a while, but a lot of times Hasbro, I don't see anything until I'm standing in line, and then I see a bunch of stuff. Again, I'm like that whole kid in the candy store where I get excited all at once, and I need to limit. I need to just buy like cash or something so I can stop myself, I think, because I will go crazy. And then it's always on preview night, so I'm like, I've got to go the rest of the week.
Oh no, that's awful. That's awful. That I was looking. My son does the Transformers, and so I was looking. They've got the two. They've got the rock band musician Transformers with the hair, and then they've got the Microbots one, which
Oh yeah.
I'm weakness for the Microbots, but I haven't brought it to my son's attention yet about the two of them, but I'm gonna have to give him one of them. That's kind of what I do. So he's gonna decide on those. I heard that they were gonna start doing announcements this week for Hasbro.
Oh, that would be great. I'm
Yeah,
I'm starting to get to that point where I'm like, I need information now, now, now. I
yeah.
wanna know when the T-shirts are going on sale. I want to know when Nerd HQ is going on sale. I would like the schedule. I'm starting to get antsy, and it's only
I
the end of
think
June.
I think they're doing a Hasbro panel at BotCon today.
Oh,
So I
really?
thought I heard that they made, somebody would post it on the forum saying that they were going to do announcements. So that's
I, I wonder if they'll ever do pre-order like Mattel.
oh God, that would be sweet.
It would. It really would. It would save me a lot of headache. It would make my day. And I don't know why they don't do it.
Are you staying downtown?
Yes, I'm at the Hilton at Bayfront.
Oh, nice. Nice. I'm driving in and trying to figure out how to do overnight with parking with a car. So I'm now caught in that. I'm going to have to do the on-street parking shuffle at 5 a.m. in the morning. Probably.
Yeah.
So.
I never thought about that. I think at the first year I went, I drove. The first 2 years I went, I drove in from Chula Vista because I have a sister that lives out there, but I didn't know about sleeping outside, and really it wasn't that bad back then. It feels like it changed overnight. Where one year I could show up at 6 in the morning and it would be just fine, and then the next year I had to sleep outside starting at like 9 p.m. So. It's
What are you going to sleep outside for this year?
Well, if they have Star Wars there, I'm going to be sleeping outside. Saturday is going to be a big day, so I'm sure they're going to, with all of this, I don't know if they're leaking kind of the Justice League and the Man of Steel and like their calendar. I don't know if somebody's leaking that on purpose or it's just rumors or whatnot, but I'm hoping that they have a big presence there so we can find out what they're doing in that series with Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel 2, Wonder Woman. So I'm sure they're going to have a big day right with Marvel. So I'll be sleeping out for that too. But Star Wars, please. If they have Star Wars there, it's over.
I was thinking that I may actually sleep out for the first time and for the Saturday panels in Hall H, but I'm not. I don't know. I haven't committed to that yet, so that will be interesting.
Oh, so have you ever slept outside for?
No, I haven't. I'm new. with regard to that, I like my bed. Even if it's for 4 hours. so that will be interesting.
It is. It's kind of a hard thing to get used to, especially when you're paying for a hotel and they're not cheap, and you're laying outside in the grass. It's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, but once you get in there, you kind of forget about it.